of first, at the Z1 truss, they'll set up for the removal of the faulty antenna that will be parked along a handrail, and then we'll move to the P3 truss to get the spare antenna and maneuver it back to the Z1 truss for its installation on the boom and the hookup of cables and connections. You'll be hearing a lot today about bolts. The pistol grip tool, the space-age power tool that is used to unbolt and bolt a variety of bolts and connectors on equipment outside of the International Space Station. You'll be hearing a lot about gimbal lock bolts, bolts to release the failed space-to-ground antenna from its boom, bolts to release the spare from ESP number 3, and to work the process in reverse with the installation of the new antenna and the parking of the faulty antenna on ESP3, where ultimately it may be returned to Earth for upgrades and repairs. And just a reminder, Neil Menon, who's already inside the crew lock section of the Quest airlock, he will be driven around at the end of the station's Canadarm2 robotic arm by Jack Hathaway that you see on the left side of your screen. Hathaway will be the prime robotics operator once Menon has gone outside and planted his feet in a portable foot restraint that will be attached at the end of the Canadarm2. It will be Menon who will haul the failed antenna over to a temporary parking place and eventually over to ESP3, and he will take the spare antenna and move it to its installation point on the Z1 truss. Here in Mission Control, Flight Director Chris Dobbins is double-checking with several flight controllers as the two spacewalkers are now inside the crew lock section. You'll see the hatch closed behind them by Jessica Meir here just a few moments from now, and that will be the precursor to the start of the depressurization of the crew lock from its current pressure of 14.7 pounds per square inch of pressure down to vacuum in a multi-step fashion. The flight control team are reporting back to Chris Dobbins that everything is in order, no issues being worked whatsoever, either with suits or systems, and so we're just standing by for the final few procedures to make sure that the two spacewalkers are comfortable inside the crew lock section and in the right orientation for when the hatch is closed behind them. This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, we are on the cusp of the beginning of the 282nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. You can see in this view in the Quest airlock, in the foreground is Jessica Meir. Jack Hathaway is right at the hatchway, the dividing line between the equipment lock section and the crew lock section. Inside the crew lock are the two spacewalkers for today, Anil Menon, EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes, about to begin the second spacewalk of his career and the second in the past 12 days. Sophie Adno of the European Space Agency is about to begin her first spacewalk. This the fifth spacewalk conducted out of the space station in 2026 and the second for Expedition 75 crew members. And for those of you who are just joining us, we mentioned this earlier, but it bears repeating. The spare space-to-ground antenna that is going to be installed to replace the faulty one today was delivered to the space station some 17 years ago in July of 2009 on the STS-127 mission and installed on a spare parts platform called ESP number 3, External Stowage Platform number 3, by Dave Wolf and Tom Marshburn. The antenna that is being replaced, the one that's faulty, was delivered on the STS-132 mission in May of 2010 and installed during an EVA by Garrett Reisman and Steve Bowen. So a pair of legacy hardware in play today as we work to restore full redundancy to the high data rate communications capability for the International Space Station. The space-to-ground antenna, SGANT number 2, that is being replaced today, is part of the KU band system that enables high-rate data communications. That's payload data, video, crew procedures, and other communications functions for the International Space Station. This antenna developed a failed gimbal assembly, meaning it can no longer point in the direction needed to track the tracking and data relay satellite constellation that orbits the Earth, needed for communications. The only spare space-to-ground antenna is stowed on ESP number 3. That's one of 3 such spare parts platforms on the outside of the station, in this case on the P3 truss of the station. The failed space-to-ground antenna is currently stuck, if you will, in a vertical birdbath position. This position deliberately oriented to facilitate its removal from the boom that it resides on the Z1 truss. Now you see Jessica Meir closing the hatch behind the 2 spacewalkers and isolating Meir and Hathaway from Menon and Adno.
Houston Airlock in step 77. We have completed steps 76 and 77, and you guys are go for step 78.
We copy, Jack. Step 78 and 79 are in work.
Okay, and we will sit tight until you guys are done with 7 all the way through 80, and then we'll pick back up in 81 when you let us know.
Copy, those are in work.
This is Mission Control Houston in the equipment lock section of the Quest airlock. Jack Hathaway on the left, Jessica Meir on the right. They have moved the two spacewalkers for today, Anil Menon and Sophie Adno, into the crew lock section that's behind the hatchway that you see there. As we stand by for the start of the depressurization of the crew lock that will lead to the opening of the hatch and the two spacewalkers placing their suits on battery power to mark the official start of today's excursion, the 282nd in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
Airlock Houston, Space to Ground 1 for EV crew. You are now hot mic on Space to Ground 1. And Jack, you are go to proceed, picking up with step 81.
One copy.
Two copies.
And we hear you both.
And airlock, we copy that we are proceeding in step 81. Sophie, I want you to just look and not touch. Can you check on the UIA that the depressed pump power switch is indeed in the off position?
Depressed pump power off OFS.
Verify that the depressed pump enable LED is on ON.
Say again.
Verify the depressed pump enable LED is illuminated, is on ON.
Enable LED is on ON.
And Houston airlock, we're waiting for your go to do the crew lock depress Q card in step 84.
Stand by for about 30 seconds. Thanks for your patience, Jack. With that, we are go to step into the crew lock, depress, repress crew card.
Copy, we're go in step 84 to start the Q card. Sophie, I am on the crew lock depress Q card, step 1 on the UIA. Go ahead and take the depress pump power switch to the on ON position.
Depressed pump power on ON.
All right, we're going to wait for 10 seconds, and then I'll give you your next step.
Copy.
It's been 10 seconds. You can take the depress pump manual isolation valve to open, and you can expect an alert tone.
Copy. Manual ISO valve open.
Copy, it's open. You guys can monitor your suit P gauge and make sure it stays below 5.5. If it gets up there, then let us know.
TV2 copy.
One copy.
And with everything going very smoothly, the depressurization of the crew lock now underway. This will be done in a two-step fashion, first down to 5 pounds per square inch of pressure, and then finally down to vacuum. That will enable the two crew members to open the outer thermal cover and the hatch to the crew lock before placing their suits on battery power.
So if I turned on my lights just for...
Yeah, I'm doing the same. This is my box. Thanks. It's on EV2.
With the start of the depressurization of the crew lock underway, we are estimating a start time almost right on the pre-published time of about 7:35 a.m. Central Time, 8:35 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll continue to track that start time for you as we get a bit closer. The crew lock now passing 10 pounds per square inch of pressure.
What's happening? 10 PSI on our way down to 5.
1 copy.
2 copies.
As the depressurization of the crew lock continues, the International Space Station is flying from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, just about to fly directly over Samoa.
Continuing on down, we're passing 6.5 psi. You guys might get an alert tone at 6 psi. We're working our way down to 5.
One copy.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, once again monitoring the depressurization of the crew lock on the International Space Station's Quest airlock. You see Jack Hathaway in the equipment lock as he keeps a watchful eye on the two spacewalkers who are behind that hatchway. Neil Menon, EV-1, or extravehicular crew member number 1, soon to embark on the second spacewalk of his career. And Sophie Adano of the European Space Agency, EV-2, she'll be wearing the suit with its no markings, just a pure white suit, no markings whatsoever on her suit, as EV-2, extravehicular crew member number 2. Menon will be first out of the airlock, followed by Adano. They will set up their tools and tethers, turn on their helmet cameras, and then begin to make their way over to start the process of removing the failed space-to-ground antenna that is sitting on a boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. Two space-to-ground antennas reside on the station who live side by side to each other. The failed antenna will be replaced by a spare that is housed currently on external stowage platform number 3, ESP number 3, that is on the P3 truss or port 3 truss of the International Space Station.
You'll reach out and put your hand on the depressed pump manual isolation valve and take it to close. You should get an alert tone.
Depressed pump man isolator valve is closed.
All right, glad to hear that. Now we're going to get into a leak check. So both EV1 and EV2, if you'll take your display switch to status until you see a leak check question mark, and then a long yes to execute, follow the displayed instructions, and let us know when you're done.
Copy.
One copy.
And with the depressurization of the crew lock paused momentarily at 5 pounds per square inch per the procedures, a look at the key players for today's spacewalk. At the top of your screen is veteran astronaut Anne McClain. She will be the intravehicular crew member, or IV crew member, who will be talking to the two spacewalkers, guiding them through their procedures as they replace the failed space-to-ground antenna outside of the station today. Seated to her left is spacecraft communicator Steven Zenter. He'll be talking directly to the other crew members inside the space station. Flight Director Chris Dobbins is in the light-colored shirt on console. He is presiding over today's spacewalk, joined to his left by Flight Director Chloe Mering, who will be the flight director on August 25th, in charge of what is known as the Triple Jump Spacewalk, which will see a variety of tasks to reconfigure systems on the outside of the station.
Action alert.
Happy good leak check for 2. And let me know when you're both in O2 actuator EVA.
Copy.
One's an EVA.
Copy EV1 and EVA.
EV2, EVA.
Copy, EV2 is O2 actuator and EVA. All right, next step, we're going to continue the depress. EV2, take the depress pump manual isolation valve to open. You can expect an alert tone.
Press pump man ISO valve open.
Copy, the man isolation valve is open. I'm taking the emergency MPEP out here to the open position as well. And if both EV1 and EV2, monitor your suit P gauge. Make sure it stays below 5.5, and if it gets up there, let us know.
1 copy.
2 copies.
The depressurization of the crew lock once again underway after a momentary pause. This will take the crew lock down to vacuum, enabling the outer hatch then to be open, and for the 2 crew members to place their suits on battery power. That will mark the official start of today's spacewalk. To the space-to-ground antenna work that's ongoing.
Okay, copy, go.
Menon and Adno working on the installation of these locking pins before the failed space-to-ground antenna can be removed from its boom.
Bravo, Delta, Alpha, in this order.
She might be on a handover, so...
I'm here.
Yeah.
I think maybe... Okay.
Okay, so,
Hey guys,
Daniel?
hey, nice job. We copied 2 turns on all bolts. You're going to now retrieve the PGT. They both work. We recommend using Sophie's PGT with a 2-inch rigid.
Copy. So, Daniel, because I'm kind of stuck in the movement, I'm going to give it to you.
Yep, I
And
got
then-
it covered, Sophie.
So, what I suggest, I align the bolts and the PGT, and you brace and put the motion in, so that I'm going to stabilize this on the bolt.
Okay, I've got your PGT. Is it CALD?
Yes.
Okay.
And just as a reminder, Bravo 1, clockwise 2, I think it's already set. Bravo 1.
Clockwise 2 is set. I can see it.
Yep.
Okay, tell me which bolt.
You start with Charlie, and I'm going to get you towards Charlie.
Okay.
All right, we like it. Bravo 1, clockwise 2. Understand Cal is complete. Bolt Charlie first.
Charlie first.
Okay.
Okay, it's in.
Okay. And then I'm going to... I'll put
Turn to motor. Wait, can you hold the PGT? There.
the PGT held.
And I'm going to turn to motor.
Hey, why don't I stabilize it and you hit the trigger rate? Now
Yeah.
do the turn count.
Okay. But you didn't do the cow, right?
I had heard it was CALD. We did not CAL it.
No.
We need to CAL it.
No, okay,
So when you turn it on,
right
make sure
now.
the collar goes to Cal first,
Yes.
and the ratchet is in clockwise or counterclockwise, and press the trigger for the Cal.
Yeah, it works.
Copy.
We'll CAL it and give it to you, Sophie.
Copy.
Okay. Good Cal, 41 volts.
Copy.
Copy. Verify settings, Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
March.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2 is
Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Okay, and a reminder, make sure your ratchet's back in the motor.
Ratchet is in motor, confirmed.
Okay, you are go to drive Bolt Charlie.
Okay, Anil, can you, do you have access to this PGT? For me, it's, I'm not in good position right now. I'm going to turn like this.
That's the PGT.
We have the LED test right now, so clockwise 2, sorry.
The caller is out of Cal.
Yeah, we are now in clockwise 2, Bravo 1, clockwise 2 confirmed. Okay, I'm pressing. Can you activate the trigger?
I sure can. Are you going to do the count?
Reminder that turns are very important, so if one of you can give us the count at the bolt.
Okay, that's it, Sophie.
There was 4 more turns, and we have a low torque. Actual torque is 1, and there's fault and torque, red LEDs that are on right now.
Copy, checking. And you can go ahead and try with the same setting. Make sure that there's no side loads. The 2-inch is not as forgivable as the 6-inch, so make sure there's no side loading at the bolt. You can also kind of wiggle the gimbal lock, and then you can hit it again with a Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Okay.
Hold it right there. I've got a good grip. Okay, what's it say?
Stand by 1, repositioning. The torque again, fault. There was initially I had 2 hand turns, and then we turned 4 turns, but 6 total, and low torque.
We copy low torque, and we copy that you did get no additional turns on that second one.
And if you want me to really get a hold of it and try a third time, I'll need a little bit of GCA. I can do it.
Yeah, we do think you guys can decide if it's GCA or if Sophie needs to reposition. We do think that that the PGT needs to be braced a little bit harder, so maybe clocking it down so that the PGT handle is directed nadir more towards Sophie or in a place where you can have 2 hands on it with your BRT. If you don't think that's going to work, then we'll look at GCA.
Okay, Sophie, you can help stabilize it, but it's just barely out of my reach to give it like really strong hold.
Okay. So then I need to reposition. And it's going to take a while.
Would it be easier for me to just GCA in? What do you think?
Yeah, it's up to you. Do you think moving the handle to point down towards Sophie would do anything?
Okay, just evaluate this.
Okay, let me try.
Right there. Get you set up.
No, it's
where your hand is, Sophie,
again.
should help. It should kick to the handle should kick to the right. So the side that you have your hand on, if you could get a strong hand there and manage that kick, that might help.
I can help stabilize it.
Yeah, it's also low torque. So no more turns. I tried it 3 times. Could it be a cal problem? But do you want us to recal just in case something went wrong?
We do not think it's a cal problem. Standby 1.
Okay.
And Sophie, just to be clear, we got the full 2 hand starts and then 4 additional turns with low torque. Have you gotten any additional turns or any good torque indicator?
Yeah, okay, so right now we have green torque light, and actual torque is 12, and it was I pressed 4 times the trigger, and now that was a total of 1 more turn, so that would add up to 5 with the PGT plus 2 hand turns, 7 total, and 12 actual torque.
It subjectively looked good to me, and
we're double checking that. We think that's a good bolt, but stand by 1. Your next one after this is going to be Bravo if you want to start thinking through that. And with that, we have a good
Bravo,
bolt on Charlie.
I can do.
We're calling Charlie good bolt. You're going to Bravo, which is starboard aft.
I can do this one.
Okay, I'll let you work on that one.
Okay, you count, okay?
Yeah.
Ready, starting it in 3, 2, 1.
That's 4.
Does it say?
And I can see it's a good green light, 12 tons, 3 actual torque. And that was 4 turns.
Copy, 4 turns, green light. We're checking.
Copy.
And while they're checking, I definitely can't get D. So you want to assess D with this?
In work.
All right, we're going to call that a good bolt. Yes, I heard you guys talking about Delta. You are go to drive Delta, Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Okay, you got it?
Put it more down.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now it's good. I have it. Okay.
I can help you stabilize it right there.
Okay, ready? I'm starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
I saw 5.
4.5.
Okay. 4.5 probably.
4.5. With green light, 12.1 torque.
Copy, 4.5 turns, green light on bolt Delta.
Yeah, and from what we observed, it's fully seated inside the location.
That's what I can do if you want me to do
Okay,
it.
please do it, and I'm going to hold it.
Okay. All right, you count. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, driving.
And 3/4 on this one, and I see good green line, 12.1 torque.
Okay, 4 3/4, 12.1 torque, green light, and we'll hold there for a second. Just a reminder between bolts, do me a favor and wait for a go. We've got to do math down here.
Copy. So let's, Anil, for us, while they are doing their math, let's do the PGT and see what we can do for the reps on this one.
I also see a loose ret coming right in front of you. Is that intentional?
That's intentional because I didn't want to have some side loading.
Okay.
I have 2 loose reps.
Okay.
Okay, and for the crew, you can go ahead and move to gimbal lock number 2. Reminder to pull that around to the port side for the AET routing.
Yes.
And you can get that one. You can manually start all 8 bolts in any order, manually start 2 turns on gimbal lock 2 while we work to confirm the config of gimbal lock 1.
So, Anil, copy, Anne, good copy. Anil, can I, before doing that, please, can you release this AET and unlock it? It's going to go back to the bag. The red, sorry, the red. Red number 22 that you see right here.
This one that is shaking. Okay.
Yeah, this one, because this one is one from the bag, and I am actively rerouted to the other side of the AT, so we are good.
Okay, this red's off. It's coming towards you, okay?
Copy.
You want to guide it so it doesn't get snagged?
I'm going to release my BRT, reposition to the forward side.
Okay. What would you like me to do with this rat here?
Let me get in position, and then I would like you to turn it back to the bag. It should be going directly to the bag. It belongs to the bag.
Okay. Good job on those bolts.
What?
Good job on those bolts.
It didn't start well, but yeah.
If I could speak French, I'd say straight in.
All right. So let us observe what the bag is. Can you? Okay.
It's on your camera.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. I can actually fix this. There we go. There we go.
That's good. You unlock it so that it retracts.
Unlocks. You want me to let go?
Let go to the bag.
All right, it's in the bag.
It's in the bag. Hold on. All right, now I'm going to go around.
And there is a gimbal lock right above your head. You wait 1 second.
Yeah, I am waiting 1 second.
I will move over. I've got control.
You got control. My hands are on the agate handles.
All right, nice work on that, you guys. Much rejoicing after the move of the gimbals and getting that lock number 1 on. We see you working number 2. And again, just a hand start on each one of those bolts in any order.
Copy. I'm working on my BRT for now on the forward one.
This is Mission Control Houston.
And just do me a favor.
1 hour, 42 minutes into today's spacewalk.
You get into them, that'll help us.
As you watch the work of Neil Mennen and Sophie Adano outside of the International Space Station, Mennen, his feet planted at the end of the station's robotic arm, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes. Adano is in the unmarked suit. They have completed the installation of the first quartet of gimbal lock bolts. These are physical locking pins to make sure that the space-to-ground antenna, the failed antenna, does not inadvertently rotate out of their maneuverability capability during the transfer to a temporary parking place and then to a stowage platform on the P3 truss of the International Space Station. The same will be the case for the replacement space-to-ground antenna that is currently housed on ESP3, the stowage platform on the P3 truss, that is replacing this failed antenna at the center of the station's truss structure. The crew is continuing to work just about on the timeline. The first order of business, of course, the removal of a heat shield at the base of the boom upon which the failed space-to-ground antenna resides. Now the installation of these locking pins to restrain any movement by the space-to-ground antenna dish during its transfer to its stowage location. This will be followed by the removal of the antenna itself and Neil Mennen carrying the antenna at the end of the robotic arm to to the external stowage platform number 3 on the port side of the International Space Station. The station and its crew members are currently traveling 260 miles above the Earth, moving from northwest to southeast. about to move directly over the Cabo Verde Islands.
So that's 2.5 turn on Gulf.
2.5 turns on Bolt Gulf.
2 turns on this one. Sophie, which one's this?
Foxtrot. Let's go. I kneel
2
now
turns
to
on
Echo and
Foxtrot.
Hotel.
Second
Let's
for
go to the
hotel.
top one. Yes, affirm. It works.
She's directing me. We haven't put the turns in yet.
Yep, and Anil, I see you on Echo. And Sophie, I see you on Hotel.
Yeah. 3 turns on Hotel.
3 turns on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, understand
Can
3
you tell me
turns
what
on
this
each.
one
Please
is?
stop at 2
Echo.
turns on the hand start bolts. But we got 3 turns on Echo, 3 turns on Hotel.
And now you work on Kilo, Anil, and I work on the mic. Yes.
Yep, and we can see Mike and we can see Kilo.
Okay, that's 2 turns and a half on Mike.
2 turns on Mike.
Turn.
2.5.
Turns on this one.
Kilo.
2 turns
Kilo.
on Kilo, 2.5 on Mike.
Yes, now working on Juliet and Lima. 2 turns and a half on Lima.
2.5 turns on Lima. And a reminder, we want about 2 turns. And go ahead, Anil.
Yes.
2 turns on this last.
Juliet.
Juliet. Thank
Yes.
you. Glad you got them memorized. I can't see them.
I can
Okay,
see them.
and Fox, did we get Foxtrot? That's the one that's closer to
Yes.
Anil.
All,
And
Oh,
that
that
one
one
with
was
track in 2
two.
turns. We can go for the PGT.
yes. Let's go with yours, Anil.
Hey, get my PGT now. It's already cowed.
Okay,
It has
and
41 volts.
we think Sophie's PGT with a 2-inch rigid might be easier. You're welcome to use either. The first bolt is Bolt Foxtrot.
Yeah.
That is the one that is, yep, Sophie can see it right there. It's closest to you, Anil. It's one of the bolts that goes to the SCAT, so it's the lower
It's here.
one on your right.
Okay, I'm going to guide Anil on the bolts. I have good view, and I'm aligning these.
They might be right about yours being easier just because.
The 2 spacewalkers are working in tandem to complete the installation of these gimbal lock bolts. These are physical locking pins used to secure the antenna's movable joints during its transport. In this case, it's transferred to a stowage location once it is removed from the boom. This is the failed space-to-ground antenna that the 2 spacewalkers are working on at the moment. We are 1 hour, 47 minutes into the spacewalk. Everything is proceeding on schedule.
And we got
Bravo was
clockwise 2.
Yeah,
Bravo
that's
1,
good
clockwise 2.
setting.
We are happy with that. Bolt Foxtrot.
Okay, I'm on Foxtrot, right, Sophie?
Yes, you're on Foxtrot. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. You count turns, okay?
Yes. Four and a half, and I see that bolt is fully inside the fully seated inside.
And I got low torque, 10.8.
Low torque, 10.8. Okay, let's hit that bolt one more time. Just a reminder, try to be in a real good bracing position, no side loads. If you need to wiggle the gimbal lock at all, this first bolt might have a tendency to side load more. And Bolt Foxtrot.
All right, I hit it again, and I got good torque, green light. Only turned maybe an eighth of a, I don't know, it could have been 0, but it's at 11.9. A really small turn, basically, almost nothing.
Okay, we will move to Bolt Gulf. Bolt Gulf, that's the one closer to Sophie on the other side, while we let MER determine what 4.5 plus an eighth is.
All right, I could do this one too, Sophie, if you want.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to count?
The space-to-ground antenna that the crew is currently working to install these locking pins on, this is the one that exhibited restricted motion beginning last November and a degraded performance in its inability to auto-track or gimbal, if you will, swivel to point itself toward the tracking and data relay satellite system satellites that orbit the Earth in geosynchronous orbit in a constellation as the hub of NASA's communications system.
5 turns. Your next bolt will be Bolt Echo. Echo.
This particular antenna was launched and installed during the STS-132 mission back in 2010. So after 16 years of yeoman's work, it is being removed and is being replaced by a spare that has been housed out on a stowage platform on the port side of the truss of the International Space Station since 2009.
Right, green light, 12.1.
Copy, and say again, turn count for Bolt Echo.
5.5. And it's fully seated from what we observed.
Copy, 5.5. And you are going to move on to Bolt Hotel.
The symmetrical part closer to me.
Okay, is it this one?
A-firm.
It's A-firm, and I'm ready to start counting.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, starting.
Five and 3/4.
Green light, 12.2.
5 3/4, 12.2 green light. Copy for Bolt Hotel. Can move on to Bolt Kilo.
Well, is the one closest to you down. Yep. That's it. And I'm ready to count.
Hey, 3, 2, 1, turning.
Four and 3/4.
Green light, 11.8.
Copy, 4 3/4, 11.8 green light for Kilo. Next will be Mike, but stand by one while we check that.
Mike. Okay.
I can't see that, but if you can
Okay,
put this
and
on.
we'll keep going
Yeah,
to Bolt Mike over by
Is
Sophie.
this?
Nope.
Is it this one, sir?
No, it's this one. Okay, let me just I'm extending my body position.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you're in. Let's go.
Okay, ready? I'm going to try not to side load this. 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
starting.
Four and 3/4.
Woohoo, green light, 12.1.
Well done. All right, next one
Copy,
is the
4
top one
3/4,
closest to you.
12.1 for Bolt Mike. You can move on to Bolt Juliet, which is over by Neil.
Yeah, no, not this one. Yeah, the one closest to you. That's one.
Okay. Ready, Sophie?
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Four and 8 turns.
Low torque, 9.5, but I just like my hand slipped a little bit. If you're okay, I'll hit it again.
Yeah, and I see it's fully seated.
Yes, we agree with the plan to hit it again, please.
Hey, ready, Sophie?
I am.
All right, we got good torque, green light, 12.2, no turns.
We copy no additional turns with a green light. You can go on to Bolt Lima. Bolt Lima, final bolt.
The one I'm pointing with my finger here.
Only I could see your finger.
Okay, I'm getting.
Okay.
Okay, you're in. Ready?
All right. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
5 turns.
Green light, 11.4.
Copy. 5 turns and 11.4 green light. Nicely done. Folks are going to discuss that down here for a little bit, but at this time...
It's 11.9. I might have said 4. My old age.
What we observe from here is that all bolts are fully fitted into the golden part.
Okay.
They look all the same.
So Sophie, at this time, first you guys can stow the PGT, and then we're gonna. I have a task for each of you. Anil, we'd like you to do a wiggle test and take a look at the gimbals. And you kind of got to move it before. Let us know if it moves at all. Sophie, once you stow your PGT, you can remove the AET from the gimbal locks, and you'll be stowing that on the starboard aft agate handrail.
Copy.
And that gimbal is rock solid.
That's a great report. There was much joy.
Approaching the 2-hour mark in today's spacewalk, Anil Menon, you see him, his feet planted in a portable foot restraint at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm, declaring success as he and Sophie Adeno have driven a total of 12 bolts, these gimbal lock bolts, these locking pins in place to secure the failed space-to-ground antenna from any inadvertent motion after it is removed from its boom on the Z1 truss and transported to a stowage location.
Copy that.
Oh, no, first is the AET.
The AET.
Yeah. And what?
And these can be done in any order from here. So if Anil, you want to start NZGLs while Sophie works the AET and the MUT, that's fine. Just let me know what words you'd like.
I think that's a great idea. Why don't I start on the forward NVGL?
Okay, great. NZGL does not matter. In order doesn't matter. Just a reminder to avoid pulling and tugging on the SCANT cables, but you might want to wiggle the back shell a little bit to remove side loads. So you can remove the cap from the dummy connector. Let me know if you're at J6 or J1.
I'm at I'm working on J1. I think the cap is technically J6, right?
Yeah, correction, sorry. J6 or J7 are the two good dummy connectors, so understand you're working J6.
That's correct. I've got a ret to it, and I want to take it out.
Sounds good. And once you have that dummy connector removed, then you can demate the SCANT forward cable from the boom. That's a P4 from the J1.
Okay. I've demated the dummy connector, and I'm working on the forward cable. It's aft over center now, and it's off. The O-ring, there's a pink O-ring in the plug that looks to be wedged in by friction. I'm trying to get a heck of view on it. Otherwise,
okay, I understand you're looking at the dummy connector O-ring?
No, the dummy connector's off. The dummy connector O-ring is pink, and it's seated very deeply inside. When I look at I just took off J1. When I look at the receptacle for J1, the plug seems fine. If you look at the plug here in the HECA, that there is a pink ring that looks like the same O-ring that should be deep in there, but it's come up. So it's half in, half out. It's friction fit in there now. Can you feel the HECA? I feel like I could probably push it in with the right tool, or I could ret to it and take it out.
Okay, we are discussing. We don't have a great view on it.
Can you see it? Okay, I can get you a good view. Let's see. Okay. If you can give me a progressive taxi to the A1
Yeah, J1 is just on the left side of your helmet cam right now. So if you look to your right or twist to your left a little bit. Yep. And now it's behind the cable. If you can move that cable out of the way, we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, you just want to know if that O-ring is...
Can I help, or am I good to go retrieve the metal segment?
Hey, go retrieve the metal segment. This is a analysis thing.
And I know we can't quite see it because of the shadowing. Can you confirm, is the whole thing offset but symmetrical, or is it angled inside of that connector?
It's angled inside. Gosh, I wish I could get you a good view. It's like my helmet's right there. All right, I will just describe it. Oh, I'll be quiet. Let me know if you need more words.
We like that. Thank you. We like your voice too, but we appreciate the time to think. Okay, you are going to put the cap on there. We are okay with that angle. So once you've looked at the cable and verified no FOD, good pins, and a good EMI band, then you can mate that cable to the dummy receptacle and the cap on the J1. We probably won't be so forgiving of the new one.
And I think there may have been a miscommunication. The J1 receptacle side, doesn't it stay on the boom? So,
okay, and say that one more time.
Like when we bring in the new one's going to attach its NGL to this back.
Okay, you're talking so the J1, so the O-ring is in the J1 connector that's on the boom, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, appreciate that clarification, and yes, we'll be using that one again later. So copy that you've got the NZGL cable to the dummy receptacle, and now you can put the cap on the J1 boom connector.
Okay, I'm going to put the cap on, but the pink does stick out 50%. Like that O-ring sticks out 50% from there, so I can try to flatten it in by putting on the dummy connector, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're checking. Yeah, if you want to try that, we're good with that.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 3 minutes into today's spacewalk by Anil Menon and Sophie Adno, the 282nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. The crew well into the work to remove a failed space-to-ground antenna from its location at the middle of the backbone or the truss of the International Space Station on the Z1 truss. They have installed a series of locking pins, or gimbal locks as they are called. The next order of business will be the actual releasing of 4 bolts holding the failed space-to-ground antenna in place on a boom on the Z1 truss.
And we came back from a handover, so Neil, if you had any other words that we may have missed them on the J1.
I said I don't know if you caught it, but if we put in the plug it's gonna be hard to get the. Sorry, I went to go get something, and sorry. If we put in the plug, it's gonna be hard to get that pink rubber O-ring out again. But if the decision is to take it out now, it's partially out, and I think I could get it out. So I'm just verifying that you want the plug in and attempting to flatten it in there.
Okay, we understand. We're talking it.
Okay, Anil, I think we can work together on this install.
Okay, I think I need to hand this to you so I can secure my ATFR position.
Yep.
Reach got me out of place a little bit.
Neil Menon is referring to the demating of the acronym is NZGLs. These are NASA zero-G lever locks. The lever-actuated electrical and data connectors that have provided the electrical and telemetry capability for the failed space-to-ground antenna.
Side loading of this thread from the bag.
Okay, you want me to put the scoop on?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm releasing the side loading with my hands on the red. Almost there. Yes.
Okay.
You're in.
Son, do you want me to lock it?
Yes, please.
Space station currently flying 260 miles just south of South Africa.
And I see it locked.
Is it locked? Is it set itself in?
It is locked.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, just
yep, we recommend keeping the ball stack loose.
So I can. Yes. So the ball stack is loose. The first jaws on the scoop are locked. The ECOM 1 and 2 are locked, black and black, and the second nut is jaws open and unlocked. So for me, it's good config. I can release the red from the bag. Do you concur?
Yep, we concur that that's a good config, and you can release that red. If you want to put the O-ring on that red, Neil, you can. Otherwise, we'll remove it and put it in a trash bag.
Oh, yeah. Put it on that rat, Sophie, so give me that rat.
Yeah.
I can try to get it if... Got it? Okay.
Just a sec. My orientation. Yeah. Second hand.
And hey, for the crew real quick, if you could just hang on to that O-ring, we may be using it again. So just keep it in an accessible position, please. You can just put on a ret back to a workstation if that works.
I should keep it on my person then. Okay.
Okay, we like that plan. Good config. Nice work on the scoop and mutt ball stack. That looked pretty simple in the scheme of things. And we'll be going for the second connector. And
okay, confirm I released the red from the bag. So we don't need it from the O-ring.
You release the red, Sophie. I'm going to put the O-ring on this AET right here and keep it behind my workstation.
Copy.
Okay, we like that config. The things that we have left are the other NZGL, and then we'll be releasing torque using the ratchet wrench. So if you guys want to work the last NZGL, then we'll get in position.
Okay, let me work on the NZGL. I'll work on this cap, and you do your thing with the O-ring.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be removing the cap from the...
Again, the acronym NZGL refers to a series of electrical and data connectors that have held the space-to-ground antenna in place on the boom and relayed both power and telemetry capability during its functional days. This antenna began to display a degraded capability last November in its ability to auto-track the data, the tracking and data relay satellite system satellites, the constellation of satellites that orbit the Earth in geosynchronous orbit about 22,300 miles above the Earth. The situation with this particular antenna continued to worsen, causing flight controllers to transfer the prime load of communications capability from the station, the high data rate transmission capability, to the other S-Gand 1, that is located alongside of the failed antenna on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't work. Now with the two of us.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
And we're sure we got it up, yeah.
Yeah, lever aft over center. So
okay.
You're good.
Okay, I've got good leverage here.
Yep, and me here.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Steady pressure.
Okay.
I think this is a ret scenario.
It is a ret scenario.
All right, and you can wiggle the back shell, making sure there's no side loadings on there. And then reminder, if the sun comes up, you can keep it shaded, might help too.
Oh.
Okay. Now let me go in front of it.
Okay.
And put some shadow. It is. Okay, if I try like this?
And I'll wiggle the back shell. Just give you some.
Yep. And we're seeing you working it, and we see that the lever
making a little.
And this is the situation where you could use an AET as well if you need a little more pull.
I think why don't you put the large trick on the backside and see if you can.
Try?
Yeah, see if you can push out.
So, would you take the large trick on my...
Yeah, you can put that large hook, and I'll do it.
Okay. This?
Okay. Got it. I have it.
You got it?
And then we'll go like this.
Yeah, and still some shadow. Okay. Maybe we can also put an AET around.
Pull?
And pull.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so our ideas down
Try
here is
one
you
more
could put
time.
an AET
yeah,
down.
and I'm going to help you push like this. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Stand by 1.
Okay.
Stop doing that. Yep. Just want to be sure I'm not doing something stupid with my gloves. We're good. Gloves nominal. I see it moved from 1 millimeter on this side.
Okay.
Did you see it move as well on your side?
Not significantly, no.
Oh, okay. So?
Like, the blue line doesn't match perfectly, so I think
yeah, that's normal. The blue line never matches when it's mated.
Okay.
As you guys are working this, our thought down here is there's some keying in there that it could be caught on. So a couple options are to tap it with the hook, just kind of dislodge that. You can also use an AET to wrap around and pull it.
Do you think the night time would make it easier?
Well, if we haven't gotten it in 2 minutes, we will find out.
Okay. Okay. So I don't have a red. Yeah, I do have this red. Okay. I'm going to use the AET from my mini workstation.
Yeah, we do think the AET is going to be maybe a good option to try, wrap around and pull it.
Copy. You know what? I think it's going to be faster to use the AET from here.
And one note, Sophie, when you're pushing, there's kind of two parts in that shell, and if you're right against the kind of the bottom of where the connector, that's the jack that kind of stays there. So make sure you go up a little bit to push on the actual connector.
Copy. So I do have one red to AET that was on the agate handle.
Okay, yeah, we can use that one and wrap it around. Just make sure you're not right at the base. You want to go up from the base so that you're on the actual connector.
This is Mission Control Houston. Once again, the conversation between spacecraft communicator Ann McClain and Sophie Adno, as well as Neil Menon, referring to the current tasks of demating a series of electrical connectors that have held the space-to-ground antenna in place on its boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. This in preparation for the unbolting of a series of 4 bolts holding the antenna on the boom. That will be the final task in removing the failed space-to-ground antenna.
All right, Houston, do you see Neil's Heka?
We do see the Heka. We see a green light, but we don't see his video right now.
Got a little bit of play in it.
No, I mean, look in my Heka. The Heka view, I'm going to show Neil's helmet. And
okay,
there's some play here.
We see the play.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that if you want to keep working the connector.
And it's kind of significantly going to the right.
They're going to look into it. Let's tackle this, and then Ann, please give me a reminder to put the plug back into the J1 place. I have not done that yet. It's on my person.
Copy. We will remind you of that.
All right, let's see if we can tackle this one.
Yeah, I'm just removing the AET from the agate handle, but I don't know why it's a bit stuck right now.
All right, while you do that, I'll put this plug in. All right, the plug's in.
And you guys had mentioned it, but we want to make sure that handle is fully thrown aft, and that you didn't sense any damage or weird sensation when you moved that. Is that correct?
Oh, I did not. Aft. Is there any utility to moving it forward again and then aft? But aft, it's full aft over center. No weird
you can try that if you want to verify aft.
Okay, you have one AT, and this it is still attached to the other part, so maybe we can use it like this.
Okay, I'm going to put this waste feather here.
Okay, so let me do it then.
Okay, and for Sophie, for that AET, what we want you to do is wrap it around, not closest to where it connects, but a little bit up, sort of just below where you check over center, and then you want to try to pull that.
Copy.
And at the same time, Anil, if you want to check side loading, I know it's a smaller cable, but we'll just want to, if we can wiggle it while she pulls, we might be able to dislodge this.
Okay.
So around this place, do you see what I... Okay. I'm in good position. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
See if I can...
Yeah, you do this and I do the...
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we change this. Maybe it's going to be better for you to take this 2 sides.
Okay, I've got it. Take this. You wanted me to get both sides.
Happy medium, but
yeah, you take
if you want to go back down just a little bit.
Look at this. Okay, I see. I think we need to unlock it from the agate handle there.
Yes, it makes it easier for you.
Yeah.
It is read to me, so we are good.
All right, and Sophie, for the positioning of the AET, if you put it kind of right over the linkage, then that's going to be a good position.
Right over the linkage.
Yeah.
You agree this is right over the linkage?
So close to the blue lines? That makes sense.
Yep, we think that's a good position where you're at.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I was just like at the limit of my APFR.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
I would need a GCA to get like my legs into this.
You're still able to pull some force, and me too.
I could put about like, I don't know, I feel like that was maybe like 20 foot-pounds.
Yeah. Okay, let me go in another body position, like this, it's called the AET.
Okay.
And then we'll try this.
All right, Anil, if you need a GCA to get it better into position, you can work with M1 to get yourself into a better leverage position if needed.
One by one, we're trying one more thing. Okay, I'm going to push against this and pull like this. 1, 2, 3.
All right. I feel like we tried to. I'm going to talk to M1 while you continue to work on that.
We're good with that plan.
Jessica, how copy?
We are with you on one and now.
Okay. Basically what I'm trying to go is head up about 30 centimeters. That should give me a better leverage position where I can use my legs to put some force into this. I've got very good clearance, body right, and from the agate handle I can lean back a little bit as you do that.
Okay, maybe I can look a little bit as well. I tried again once and it didn't work. I'm going to pose right here.
We copy now. Head up 30 centimeters. We're evaluating.
And Sophie, if you want to cycle the handle, and again, give us any feedback on if you think there's any motion that you wouldn't expect, grinding, or if you just think it's moving smoothly.
I know brakes are off.
So.
Just around.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 23 minutes into today's spacewalk. Neil Menon and Sophie Adeno continue to work with efficiency in the process of removing a failed space-to-ground antenna from its boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. This particular antenna began to exhibit crankiness in its ability to gimbal or auto-track NASA's tracking and data relay satellites last November. The situation worsened, prompting flight controllers to swap strings, if you will, commanding paths from the space-to-ground 2 antenna, which is the focus of attention that you see in this view, in the bird bath position, as it is called, where it is basically stuck in place, to the space-to-ground 1 antenna that is parked right alongside of it on the Z1 truss. In order to maintain full redundancy in the high data rate transmission capability from the station to the ground, we are in the process of removing this failed space-to-ground antenna, and later this afternoon we'll replace it with a spare that resides on a stowage platform of spare parts that exists on the port truss, the port 3 truss of the International Space Station.
Okay, I'm going to do the pry technique as well as you pull.
Okay. You want me to get it?
Yeah. One thought for the AET, if you hook it back to itself on the D-ring so that instead of two free ends, you form a loop, and then you can put your hand inside of that loop and you may be able to get more leverage on it.
Great idea. I think I put, by the way, I think I put maybe like 40, 50 foot-pounds into it with no joy. And we were also trying to do the remate at some point without trying really hard, but it was difficult to remate, in case that helps.
Okay, we understand difficulty to remate. You can also tap like you would a sticky jar on your counter. You can kind of tap with a ret around the circumference of it. We're obviously still talking some options, but you guys are going to just continue working it.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we did it. Yes.
Yay! You just got a whole round of applause. Nice job, you guys. All right, then let's move on. You can now mate that cable to the dummy receptacle. Copy. I'm just going to reinstall the AET because it's the one from the Agate handle. Copy, thanks.
That was probably 100 foot-pounds. FYI, that was probably like 100 foot-pounds.
You heard applause here in Mission Control and the response by spacecraft communicator Ann McLean with all of the electrical cables having now been demated from the failed space-to-ground antenna.
No FOD, good EMI.
Okay, and we're mostly concerned with the boom side where we'll be putting the cables on. So you're looking at J2.
Yeah, that one. J2's good. You know, holes, pins, no FOD. There is no rubber O-ring in there like there was the other one.
Okay, that's expected. So let's get that cable. Once you got a good inspection, you can connect P5 to J7, the dummy connector, and then the caps on the boom, both boom connectors, please.
Okay, it's in the dummy connector.
No, not yet. We're missing inside here. Yeah, we're missing like 5 millimeters.
And is it okay if we leave it on the dummy connector with like maybe 5 millimeter gap?
Once these caps are placed on the dummy connectors for these electrical cables, Menon and Hedno then will begin the work to release the torque on the 4 bolts that are actually holding the space-to-ground antenna onto its boom. They'll go in slow, deliberate fashion to release the bolts, approximately 8 turns per bolt. And that will fully release the space-to-ground antenna. Menon will haul that antenna over to a temporary parking place and ultimately onto external stowage platform number 3, where the replacement antenna, the spare, currently resides.
Not for the Astros?
What's that?
How many curveballs was that today?
Enough. Okay, the cap is installed, and I release my ret.
And so, here's another one. I've got a free piece of sod right here. It is the, it's the, quarter turn fastener. It's in my hand.
Okay, understand the quarter turn fastener is in your hand.
Here. I have my trash bag right here.
Okay.
Let's take it and put it in.
All right, going in. Gonna do this one carefully.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, we can put that in a trash bag, and whenever you want to, you can also put that O-ring that you had before into a trash bag, and just beware of any sharp edges around where that broke off from.
Okay.
I think the O-ring is enjoying some mice on the AET avenue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's worth putting into the trash bag.
Yeah, I'll leave it on my AET.
Yeah.
Okay,
No issues on
four quarter turn fasteners. 4 quarter turn fasteners are on.
Okay, 4 quarter turn
Ratchet now.
fasteners, and then we just need verification that the cap is on the J1 boom connector.
Cap is on J1 boom.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that's a good config for the cables. The next thing we're going to do is to release the torque on the S-gant bolt using the ratchet wrench.
Okay, I'll get in position with my DRT on handrail 4.
Ratchet wrench is in my hand.
Excellent. Reminder on the ratchet wrench and these bolts, you can go in any order to release the torque. We'll go in order to fully release, but you can release the torque less than 1 turn in any order, and this is where we want a slow ramp up of the torque. We don't want any impulses into it, so we need you to be like a nice human PGT and just slowly ramp up your torque to what you need to release the bolt.
We're going 1 turn.
Less than 1 turn, so as soon as the bolt moves, you'll be good.
Okay.
And just call out, you can either give me forward, aft, port, starboard, or 1, 2, 3, 4 as you do each one. Any order.
I'm starting on the aft. If you watch your hand, if...
Yep, on my 1.
Quarter turn on the aft. I'm going to put in another quarter.
Copy.
Another quarter turn on the aft, total of 1/2. I'm going to put in another quarter just because it does feel tight.
Okay. We're okay with that on the aft.
There's another quarter turn, so 3/4 turns. I'll stop there.
Copy 3/4 turns on the aft bolt.
I'm going to go the starboard bolt. We'll see, then I'll hand off to you, okay?
Copy. I have good DRT stability.
Sophie, I'm going to take the palm wheel off. Interfering.
Okay. Need help?
I think I can do that. I've read it to it. Coming off. Palm wheels off.
And for Anne, I just confirmed that I have no more tether on any of the S-GAN side. I'm only tethered to the boom.
Okay, good check. Thank you.
Quarter turn on starboard.
Copy. Quarter turn on starboard. Bolt number 4.
So here, are you going to be able to get both of those?
For sure, number 1, and for 3, yes, I'll make it work.
Okay. All right. turn on starboard for a total of 1. I'm going to put in a little more, and then these are very tight bolts.
Yeah, I see that, but you're putting a lot of force into these.
Okay, I'm going to hand this off to you.
Got it?
Question for you. If I'm going to get that bolt 2, I'm going to need to take out the GCA. Do you want to do both of those bolts, or do you want me to start talking to Jessica now? Bolt 3, sorry.
Yeah, both 3. I think I'm going to be in good position to try.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
And I can see that you guys are using great technique. Just wanted to really make sure on all these bolts that the socket is fully engaged on the bolt head. You guys are doing it right, but just want you guys asking you guys to do an extra check because these are the only bolts we have.
I love the extra advice, Anne. Keep it coming.
It's unexpectedly easy to do.
It could have switched its rotation on the head, perhaps. Like it might be in ratchet lock. You might want to just double check that you're ratcheting.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
And just pull it towards me for lefty-loosey.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, I can probably reach it.
Okay.
Need extra.
Yep. All right.
I've got it.
Because my DRT is not enough.
Yeah, I
for that
understand.
older.
I got it.
Yeah. So that's quarter turn.
Okay. Move into my hand. Good night.
Another quarter turn.
Good strength, Sophie.
Okay, we're tracking the half turn.
Yeah.
And another quarter turn, so that was 3/4 turn on boat 1.
Copy 3/4 on boat 1.
The one. If there's anything I can do to stabilize you, let me know. I can kind of reach around here.
Okay.
I can hold your suit.
All right.
I can push.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, quarter turn.
Nice teamwork, guys.
Second quarter turn. Third, and one more. That's a total of 1 turn.
Okay. Nice job. I've got...
Well, that was a huge torque.
That controls the ratchet wrench. I'm putting it back.
Copy.
Okay, you guys can stow that ratchet wrench in the crew lock bag. And I'm going to have you set up to do the bolts, but we're discussing some things down here. So just going to get set up to do these bolts. And reminder, we're going to release 3 bolts, and then we're going to get set up to fly this. So bolt 1 is going to be the last bolt. That's the port bolt. But for right now, you can retrieve EV1's PGT. And Neil, you can ret to the S-Gant tether point. And once Sophie has Anil's
Got it.
PGT and you're readied, we're just going to hold here for a sec while we're talking.
Copy.
Okay, ratchet wrench is away. I heard ret to the tether point. I'm putting a ret down, Sophie.
As we continue to talk that, the recommended bolt order is going to be 342, so the forward bolt first, forward bolt. So that would be Sophie driving the forward bolt with Anil's PGT, and Anil will be readied to the tether point on the Escant handle. Don't drive yet.
Okay, I'm
just
currently
get in
readied.
position.
I'm currently readied. Can you give us the PGT settings? I think it's Bravo 4.
Bravo 4, counter 2.
Bravo 4.
Bravo 4, counter 2.
I've got a good body position for bolt number 3. I would like you to send it to me from the forward side.
And we have a go to drive bolts for removal. So when you get into position on bolt number 3 with Bravo 4 counter 2, then we'll be releasing that bolt.
I have control.
You have control.
Can you prepare the settings?
Yes, Bravo 4, counterclockwise 2 set.
Copy. Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours 42 minutes into today's spacewalk. Anil Menon and Sophie Adno are in the process of breaking torque on the 4 bolts holding the failed space-to-ground antenna onto its boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station.
You're go to drive, and we'll expect approximately 8 turns.
The crew spent a little bit more time than had been planned in terms of installing locking pins, or gimbal locks as they are called, on the failed antenna, so that no inadvertent motion of that antenna dish would occur during its transport to a parking location on the truss of the International Space Station. So we continue on with today's spacewalk, 2 hours 43 minutes into the 282nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
Okay, Cal pass, 40 volts. I'm going to reset you to Bravo 4, counter 2. On Bravo 4, counterclockwise 2, and I'm passing it back to you.
Yep. And I want to just regenerating again my PRT. After with it.
Enjoy, I see you on the boat.
Yep.
I'll help stabilize it here.
I'm trying with it.
Okay, I'll help you.
Okay, there was 2 turns. Oh, and it's over torque. Oh, okay. Do you see? Wait, but okay. My left foot was on the mat. Do you see that? Okay.
Just confirm it's still on Bravo 4, counterclockwise 2.
I'm here. I cannot see.
I can see it from here. Okay. Yep. There you go. Okay. I'll help you stabilize.
Yep. Now it's over torque. It's like.
We're releasing it, so maybe
Yeah.
it's released.
Oh, I see the bolt is still in.
And did you get turns on
It's
that?
level 4.
You got 2 turns.
2 turns initially.
Hey, Sophie, I think I might be able to get it from here.
Okay, I'm going to align this.
Okay.
2 turns.
Let me work on the alignment.
So you should have about 5 or 6 more.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not overcoming the torque.
Copy that the PGT is not overcoming the torque.
Yeah. And we are definitely on counterclockwise 2.
Okay, we are going to need to grab the ratchet wrench again and try to release that torque.
Copy. Copy.
I will say that when I was doing the ratchet wrench, it did feel like a height.
Yeah, very high. Like it felt like kind of a more 50 than 20.
Even at the 3/4 turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we copy that it was a little bit of a higher running torque than inspected when you were doing the ratchet wrench. Sounds like a little bit of a sticky bolt. We can hit it with the ratchet wrench again. And it may not work with the other bolts still connected, but you might need to do a little bit of a wiggle on the S-scan as we release the bolts if there's any side loading.
Okay. I'm getting in position for the ratchet wrench.
The other option is to go to a different bolt to release and then come back to this one.
All right, we are on this one, so let's do this one, let's see how it goes, and then let's move on.
Okay, we like that plan.
Yeah, that's a lot of torque. I felt that. I'm going to pull towards me, and then I'll push it towards you, and you finish that.
And you're going to use the ratchet wrench until you feel the bolt kind of loosen up, and then we can go back to the PGT.
Okay, that was another 1/4 turn. Another 1/4 turn. It's still very tight.
Tracking an additional half turn.
Another 1/4 turn, still same level of running torque.
Yeah, do you want me to?
Yeah, you can pull it.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it so that we're in a position from there.
Are you still feeling the same running torque, Sophie?
Okay, I did, still the same. I did a half turn. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. You start the 1/4 and then finish the half.
Okay. Still the same running torque at a 1/4 turn.
We copy.
Do you want us to move on to another bolt? And or do you want us to keep working this one out?
We're checking. You can continue to work while we're checking.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you just do 1/4 turns if you have good leverage there?
And we can also go on to a different bolt if this isn't going anywhere.
Oh, it's easier now.
Ratchet wrench is not the easiest to use. If you want to move to a different bolt and try the PGT, you can. That may free this one up a little.
Sophie says it's easier now.
It's easier now.
We probably put another turn into it.
Okay, I did one more turn, and now it's very easy to do.
All right, let's go to the PGT.
Okay.
Sophie.
Okay, I hold the ratchet.
I think you can take this and then just let go of the ratchet, and I'll
Okay. Wait. with the ratchet, and I align your PGT in the bolts. We're good.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm going. You're counting.
Yeah.
Felt it release.
It's released. And that was 5 more turns.
Copy. Bolt 3 release with 5 more turns. You can move on to the starboard, Bolt 4, closest to Anil.
Hey, starboard bolt 4. I'm worried we might be in the same boat here, but I'll give it a try.
Copy, and we'd end up doing the same process. So I saw you kept the ratchet wrench handy, so good plan.
Yeah, I see the ratchet wrench right here.
Question, Ann, can these bolts be done simultaneously? Because I think the best strategy here is me to go ratchet wrench on bolt 4, and then Sophie to start working on 2.
Yeah, good idea, but unfortunately we cannot do dual bolt ops right now.
Okay, I'm going to go ratchet wrench on bolt 4 then, largely because the PGT doesn't have a good fit.
Okay, I have my visor down.
And it has a high torque.
Yeah, we're good with that plan, Anil. Thanks. For Sophie, while he works that, we're going to be doing bolt 4 and 2, so that's the one closest to him, and then the aft bolt. And then you'll be getting into position using your own PGT to release the port bolt number 1. So if you want to think ahead and be ready for those ops.
Yeah, but I was thinking that might be difficult with the PGT. But I'll get the setting ready for the PGT. Might need a ratchet for some start.
And yes, we concur. We'll see how these ones go if we expect to need the ratchet. You guys are doing great. You got lots of family and friends back here watching too, so you're making it look good.
As we approach the 3-hour mark in today's spacewalk, Menon and Adno continue to work in concert with one another on releasing the 4 bolts that are holding the failed space-to-ground antenna in place on its boom. Anil Menon, his feet planted in a portable foot restraint at the end of Canadarm2. And in the foreground, that's Sophie Adno as they continue to work on the final release of this failed space-to-ground antenna that began to show a degraded capability to track the tracking and data relay satellite system constellation back in November of last year.
I'm still working on this one. It's still pretty high running torque. Waiting for that breakthrough moment that you had.
Waiting in the wings is the spare space-to-ground antenna that is currently housed on a stowage platform on the P3 truss of the International Space Station.
We're putting ARED to work.
Oh, yeah.
Sophie,
it's getting a little easier.
Copy. Good news on 4. Sophie, one thing you could look at is on bolt number 2 on the aft. We're not super positive on all the clearances with the PGT to that bolt. If you want to kind of take a look and see what you think, and when we get there, this is why we have things like the ERAD. Hopefully we don't need it, but if you want to just kind of do an evaluation on that bolt.
Yeah, in work.
Another turn into this.
Copy, another turn into 4.
Another turn into 4.
Copy, another turn into 4.
Okay, we'll work with wobble socket on the number 3.
Another turn into 4.
Copy.
Inferior now, and you?
That's easier.
Do you want to give me the ratchet?
Not yet. Another turn into 4.
Copy,
I'm not going to get a good piece. I'm not going to get a good piece if you hold, Sophie.
Okay. And I'm just protecting here from your visor.
Just another turn into 4.
We copy.
And 4 is released. You want the ratchet?
Yes.
This is the ratchet.
Copy, bolt 4 released. And so, Sophie, you can work the aft bolt number 2, and this is a good opportunity for Anil to take a look at the view. We just want to, we're just looking at your met rates.
Okay.
And Sophie, as you put torque into that bolt, just try to make sure that that 6-inch, that the wobble socket isn't too broken over.
Okay. Okay, so we're coming the DRT force.
You know, I could do this if I can get my met rates back under control.
Yeah, I mean, I did like a tenth of a turn. Let me just change the orientation. I'll try another one.
Yeah, it might also work sometimes if you put your hand right at the fulcrum at the 90-degree angle where the socket attaches to the ratchet wrench and counter against yourself.
Okay, I did a third of a turn. Okay. Quarter turn. Another quarter turn.
Copy the quarter turns.
Okay. Another quarter turn.
We copy. Good work.
Is the running torque changed at all?
A little bit.
Okay.
Or maybe not.
And I do have a good purchase if you think my net rate comes back to normal, you can tap me in.
Okay. I'm not sure it's a good idea for me to grab the git handle at this point, because soon we'll have only one bolt remaining, and not really like that. Okay, I have my hand on handrail 03F. Another quarter turn.
Nice.
And Anil, we just need a few more minutes there in timeout.
This is Mission Control Houston. We have now hit the 3-hour mark in today's spacewalk.
Working it.
Anil Menon, EV1, wearing the suit with the red stripes, and Sophie Adno of the European Space Agency, wearing the unmarked suit, the first French woman ever to conduct a spacewalk. They are in the process of completing the fourth of 4 bolt releases that will free up the failed space-to-ground antenna from its boom on the Z1 truss in the middle of the station's truss structure.
I hope you're counting, because I just announced the quarter turn.
They're counting. They're counting. Keep doing it. All that A-red I see you doing. Crushing it.
Okay, another half turn. I don't even think that we could try the PGT. It's still very high torque.
Yeah.
The plan currently calls for the failed antenna to be moved ultimately to a stowage location on a spare parts platform on the port truss of the International Space Station. Currently residing on that spare parts platform is the spare S-Gant, the replacement S-Gant that will be installed on that boom that you're looking at to restore full redundancy and functionality to the high data rate communications capability for the International Space Station.
It is. It would be smart to swap, perhaps.
It's easier now.
When she starts the bolt. One.
Interesting. Sometimes it's easier and sometimes not. So there was another half turn. A little increment.
And just for you guys, when we do get to the PGT, we've been given a go to Bravo 7, so you will have some higher torque available.
Okay.
Do you want me to try to stick this bolt with Bravo 7 and see if it works?
Yeah, let's do it.
And is it okay if I try that? It's kind of low nut rate.
And that was another half
you're back
turn.
in the game if you'd like to assist.
Okay, I'm going to go that Bravo 7.
Yeah, I think it's easier now.
If that does the trick. Yeah, you did all the hard work.
You did it before.
Okay, let me give it.
Yeah, I'm removing that set. It should be stuck.
I got it. There you go.
Okay. Holding the ratchet. Putting in your PGT.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Bravo
Ready?
7, counter 2.
It's working. You count?
Beautiful
So
sight.
Yep. 3. 4.
You're telling me.
5. I think we're good.
Yep. Bolt release.
Oh, that was 4. Okay. The antenna is only on one bolt. And I see it wiggling, so now I know it's time to be super careful.
Yep, so we can, we're going to be using Sophie's PGT for the last bolt. And we're going to make sure this is the one that's going to release the PGT, so we're going to get a nail ready. Your glove and hap check is already knocked out. And you want to ensure a good config before the final release. Double check that your tether is still on the T-handle. You want to make note of your hand position because you're going to reinstall in the same position.
Do we do with the ratchet? Should I start with the ratchet?
Put the ratchet away or leave it out?
If you think you need to start with a ratchet on that bolt, you can. We did break the torque, and it may have less side loading because the other three are released. But that is, if you want to test the ratchet and see how it feels, you can.
Why don't you test the ratchet first, Sophie?
Yeah.
And then I'm
going to
Can you stabilize the antenna?
Okay.
Can you stabilize the antenna? Because
Stable.
Oh, right. You really need to be careful because I see the side loading is going to be huge.
Easier?
No.
Are you pulling it towards me, Lefty Lucy?
Distance, don't know why.
Back with you on comm and just waiting video.
Uh-huh.
And Anil, once you're in a good position and you're confident with your positioning on the S-Cant, you can give Sophie the go to release that bolt fully.
Okay. She's testing the ratchet.
It's huge.
Huge amount of torque?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got a good grip on this.
Wait.
What kind of movements on the S-Cant will alleviate things for Sophie?
Okay, quarter turn. Just need to see, can you see the gap between the boom and the S-Cant?
I can see the gap.
Okay, so make sure this is 0.
Okay.
Quarter turn. Okay, another quarter turn. Might try with a PGT. Maybe
Yeah, dude.
doesn't feel that bad.
Okay. Can you stabilize the S-Cant so I can put the ratchet wrench away?
Yes, and my one. To get in good position.
You can let go of the ratchet wrench.
Okay.
You can let go of it.
Okay. Why don't we just leave it like this because I just want to try. It might not work with a PGT.
Okay. But I'm going to have to put it away at some point.
It's true.
You can put it on my MWF. If you can just stabilize this.
Okay, I stabilize this.
Okay, ratchet wrench is going to go on. Okay, so my MWF. All right, I've got control of the S-Cant.
You got control of the S-Cant, copy.
You're going for bolt 1.
Ground concurs. Standby 1 with a bolt drive.
Copy, standing by.
All right, some big picture words for you guys. First of all, Soph, I'm going to give you a task to work while I talk to you. So we're going to have you remove the mutt ball stack mutt and the scoop from the aft gimbal lock.
Copy.
Okay, while you work that, we're looking at times. You guys are currently just over 3 hours of PET. we are going to go directly to a long-duration tie-down of this SGANT on the Z1 truss. So we're going to remove that ball stack mutt and the scoop, and we're going to take it back to the medium ORU bag, and you can retrieve the long-duration tie-down tethers at the time. For Anil, we're wondering how you're feeling in the APFR, if after the handoff you think you'd be able to get in and out of the APFR easily to assist with SOFI. And if not, you may not be able to have that full assessment until we get you in the right position. But what we're thinking is we could do a two-person tie-down, which may be a little bit quicker. Or we've also tested it as a single-person tie-down, and we think SOFI can do it solo if you don't think you get in and out of the arm.
I say we do the two-person. I feel like APFR ninja at this point.
Okay, we'll have Robo come up with the swiftest plan to get you towards structure. And in the meantime, we'll have you stow that mutt ball stack mutt, and then you may want to pre-position that medium ORU bag in a spot that you can grab the long-duration tie-down tethers. Then we'll have you go back up and do the port bolt, and then we'll do the handoff as planned, and then we'll do the long-duration tie-down tether.
Uphill, I'm working on the mutt ball stack mutt.
And Anil, what we think you're going to end up doing after handoff is that you'll be coming down the boom. So if you picture that the agate or the SGANT wasn't there, do you think you have a good access to get in and off of the arm?
The agate wasn't there. Yeah, I think I need to go straight to the handle that Sophie's currently on, stay away from the waveguide and box. And then there's a handle right under that. Yeah, I think I can work my way down.
Okay, we will work that after we get this handoff. If you prefer to take off the scoop after the handoff down on Z1, you can. We think taking it off right now is going to make the handoff and the tie down easier, but we will take your suggestion if you think something different.
Your call, Sophie.
ISS.
What are you thinking, Sophie?
Yeah, need you to stabilize the SGANT right now. I think it's going to be better to remove the scoop now.
Okay.
I need to stabilize the SGANT because I see it moving with only one bolt.
It's stable.
Okay. I see a gap here.
And you guys are working great together. So I know it wasn't what we wanted to go do this tie down, but we still have a chance to get the good SGANT up there. So that is now the goal. So let's get this tie down knocked out as quick as it can. Sometimes an NVGL just eats your lunch, and that's what it did today. But we'll get this tie down, and then let's see if we can't get Cronus a good KU antenna with the new one.
Copy, Ann. Appreciate the big picture words.
I'm going down the boom.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 13 minutes into today's spacewalk. Just to recap the conversations between spacecraft communicator Ann McClain and the two spacewalkers, Anil Menon and Sophie Adno. The current plan is once this final bolt holding the failed space-to-ground antenna in place that you see in this view, once that final bolt is released, this antenna will be removed from its boom, and it, instead of being transported back to the external stowage platform number 3 for a permanent installation, we now plan to do a long-duration tie-down, as it is called, using a series of tethers to tie the dish down and conserve time, since we're running behind the timeline at this point. The crew had been working right on the timeline until it ran into a series of slight delays with both the removal of electrical connectors from the failed dish, as well as the usual stubbornness of some of the bolts that are prone to being a bit bulky in thermal expansion and contraction conditions in the void of space. So we plan to remove this failed dish. That's the one on the left. The one on the right is SGANT number 1. That's the space-to-ground antenna that is functional and serving as the prime focus of communications capability, high data rate communications for the International Space Station. We're going to continue to press ahead in the hope of getting the replacement or spare space-to-ground antenna off of its location on ESP-3, the external stowage platform number 3, on the Port 3 truss of the International Space Station, and getting it installed, as Ann McLean pointed out to the crew just a moment ago, so that we have full redundancy on high data rate communications capability from the International Space Station.
So you can head up and get in position for the port bolt number 1.
Okay, getting back up for port bolt number 1.
She's good for Bravo 7 there.
Yeah.
And we concur, Bravo 7 counter 2 with Sophie's PGT
Right,
that has a 2-inch rigid.
Yeah, let me just put my VRT down. Okay, pulling my VRT to my PTT.
Copy.
Checking the settings.
Yep, and just doing a Bravo 7 counter 2.
Please. Bravo 7 counter 2 set.
All right, and on a nails go, you can release that bolt.
Give my go, Sophie.
Okay. Need to change body position.
See if you can move
Up.
more my way.
Yeah.
There you go. Have better leverage. Get seated.
Seated as well. Okay, now seated.
Face nice and hard. I saw it turn.
Yep. One turn. I need to revise my VOT again.
Take your shoulders joints here just to be sure.
Did you say?
Good job working that position, so
joint.
just remember Bravo 7 could come with a kick, although you're releasing, so it should be pretty nominal, hopefully.
So like a quarter turn, like quarter turn.
And you may be able to wiggle a little bit, Neil, if there's some side loading.
Okay. And
We're talking. Okay. I do like tenths of a turn at a time. So it's all talking.
and
Okay, so I think I need to take the ratchet wrench.
let's see if I can just flatten it again one more time, just so I can see if maybe this helps.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, I see the gap in the threading.
Yeah, okay. Not turning at all?
This is Mission Control Houston. Just to recap, the two spacewalkers, Neil Menon and Sophie Adeno, continue to complete the steps to release the failed SCANT, the failed space-to-ground antenna, from its boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. The current plan is, once that boom is freed from the antenna itself, the antenna then will be tied down on the truss itself rather than moved to a permanent stowage location. That will conserve time, since the crew took longer than expected in bolt and connector demating operations earlier in today's spacewalk. We are pressing ahead with every intention of removing the spare space-to-ground antenna from a stowage platform on the port 3 truss of the station and bringing it to that boom for its installation and the electrical and data connection hookup.
And we're not seeing the socket move. We recommend going back to the ratchet wrench.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and you'll send by one, I'm starting my PGT.
You're starting your PGT. And am I good to just get the ratchet wrench with this one bolt and we both let go of the SCANT?
Yes, with the bolt partially installed and you have a RET attached, so you're go to grab the ratchet wrench. Thanks for asking.
Sophie, so here's the plan. You're going to RET to this thing, then release my RET back to me, okay?
My one, copy. Okay, PGT stowed.
red on it?
Uh-huh. Okay.
I can grab my rat.
Okay, I'm sending this back to you.
Okay. The red is off. It's your ratchet wrench.
Okay.
Let me just put this stuff away, and I'll see you in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got my hands on the F-scan, and you are go to start on the boat.
Copy.
I see it turning.
10 with quarter turn. There's another quarter turn. It's really overcoming the DRT, so I'm doing my best here, but...
Doing great, Sophie. See it turning, that's the goal.
Okay, we got it.
Nicely done, Sophie. We like that bolt moving. Here comes an S-scan.
Okay, Daniel, you got it.
I've got it. I've got a good hold on it.
Okay, and I have no red attached to it, so I'm good.
I've got a red attached to the T-handle by me.
Okay, I'm going to finish with the hand, if you don't mind. Be quicker.
By all means. I think you can get the PGT quickly as well. You could consider that.
Yeah, I would. You're right.
I put the ratchet on my MWS. It's a quick still location if you need.
Yeah. Okay, I've got the ratchet wrench on my MWS and retrieving the PGT. Okay, you still have good control?
Good control.
Copy.
It's turning.
Turning. Okay,
See it out.
false release.
See it release.
Copy,
Okay, you
bolt
ready?
release.
I'm ready.
Removing the PGT.
I think you can put your PGT away if you want.
Yeah.
Yep, and so for Sophie, we're going to have you put your PGT away, and then we're going to get a glove and hap check. I'm going to give you some steps to work while Anil takes the comm. to remove the SCANT and get down to the handoff position. So you're going to be translating down to the Z1 SCANT temp stow location, stopping at the medium ORU bag on your way and retrieving a long-duration tie-down tether. If you want to take the first tie-down tether, it's going to go to the port side of handrail 6050, and then you can get the other tie-down tether and get in the starboard handoff position.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're at the 3.5-hour mark in today's spacewalk. The failed space-to-ground antenna is now free of its boom and will soon be removed from the boom itself and be brought to a nearby location to be tied down with a series of tethers. This will be an interim parking place for the failed antenna, thus conserving time for the rest of today's spacewalk.
That'll come off easily.
It's a good time to observe so that we really understand the waveguides.
Was there more, Sophie?
Right? Want me to release?
No, I got it.
You got it, yeah.
Jessica, how copy?
We've got you loud and clear. We're in sync with you. And are you ready for the GCA to the published handoff position?
I'm ready for the GCA to the published. Almost. I'm going to get it off of these pins first.
Yeah, I see the pins here. It's, okay. So rotate towards, forward. Towards your feet. Yep, that's it.
Okay, I've got it.
You got it?
Free, and Jessica, I'm ready for that GCA.
We copy. We're getting set up for that. Brakes are coming off.
Copy off.
Nil, this is going to be that 3-part series. We're going to take you body out, followed by body left, followed by body in, and then we'll be taking you to your egress position.
Nil, copy. Go. At my go.
All right, Nil, you're going to be coming body out, starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I've got it clear of the boom and very stable. Feel very comfortable with it now.
Sophie, you're going to translate to the medium ORU bag and retrieve 2 long-duration tie-down tethers.
Mark.
Really good clearances here. Jessica, clearly getting better. I've got good control of the scan.
Copy and concur. All clearances are improving. Middle starting motion, body left. 3, 2, 1.
Body left, and I'm watching the dish, keeping it clear of the boom. I'm putting a little lean back in. I've got primary eyes on clearances on this side. I've got a good meter dish to boom.
Middle starting motion, body in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and I'm going to keep clearances from Sophie here. Sophie, I've got eyes on you.
Okay.
Keeping the dish in position for a handoff. I'm right off your right shoulder, Sophie. I got a meter distance from you.
Okay.
And for Sophie, if you're able to move to the nadir side of that handrail, that'll allow Neil to get in a little bit more. If you can slide down to the bottom of handrail 2.
North?
And I'm deconflicting with my body movement, and I think I've got good clearance of about a meter.
Copy, and good work.
No, this is the published handoff position.
Published, okay. Let's hold here for a second and see where Sophie lines up. I'm not, essentially not done yet. So let's stop GTA. Give comm back to people, and then I might rehack this when she gets set up.
Okay, reminder, this is the one that we are not putting the brakes on, so we will stop GCA for now, but we do have additional clearance we can give you if you need it.
Copy.
Okay, and for Sophie, we'll just be retrieving those 2 long-duration tie-down tethers and moving to the base of Z1. And between the 2 of you, just please maintain RET awareness on the S-scan as we hand it off. The final tie-down is with long-duration tie-down tethers, but in order to get it from Anil to Sophie, we probably would need to do a RET swap.
Copy RET swap.
I also need to do a RET swap from the... I'm just checking the number of RETs that I have. One is taken for the ratchet wrench right now, which was not initially planned. So I'm just retrieving 1 long-duration tether right now, right? Correct?
You will want to retrieve both of them.
Both of them. Copy.
If you need an additional RET, you could always move the ratchet wrench onto an AET.
I think I'm good because I'm going to put because we have 2 hooks on the LDTV, I'm going to put 1 hook on my mini workstation.
Okay, copy.
For Robo, Ann, and Jessica, a future egress position is potentially just body in maybe a meter.
Yeah, Neil, we can tell you what Robo had planned for you. It was coming body right and then going body in, and we think that would bring you to the handrail that we were talking about on the boom.
Gotcha. Would a body in from here cause a conflict with the other things you're avoiding, like SASA, etc.?
No, we don't. I don't think so. This had you coming body in to about by like up to 300 centimeters, so that would be another 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
And then you can have the right as well if you needed to get down to that handrail.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is the body right just brings me up zenith when I'm trying to go nadir, and so we could omit that and save time.
We believe that will work. We will verify.
Okay, 1 is retrieved and is on my mini workstation, working on the second one.
Copy. And just a reminder, as you RET to those, you want to RET to the D-ring on those so that the hooks are free for when we go to install.
Yeah. I'll do the RETs after. For now, I just put them on my mini workstation if it's okay for you, because I'm afraid I don't have enough RETs.
Copy. And reminder, another option you can use is you can take a long duration tie-down tether hook and you can hook that directly to one of your wing tabs on your mini workstation and not use a RED at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now with the first one.
And Anil, we do want to bring you body right first because of the clearance from the tip boom with the SASA. And I also think you're at a little bit of an angle, maybe more than you realize, the way the arm is configured. I think that bringing you body right and then in will get you to that handrail.
All right, that works for me.
Okay, copy. We can try it, and then we can always get you where you need if that is not the right position.
I am guessing for this handoff, I would benefit from some body in 30 to 50 centimeters. Can you do a little quick analysis of that while we're waiting?
I can tell you that we can definitely give you at least 25.
Okay. And Ann, if there is calm bandwidth and it doesn't distract down there on the ground, can you give like a little verbal layout of how these long duration tie down tethers go? I know you said the cup page, but just so I have a mental picture.
Yes, absolutely. We have a handover in 20 seconds, and on the other side, I will give you that that overview. If you're looking at the picture, I will talk you through that picture.
I won't be able to see the picture. I got my hands full.
Okay, I'll be able to describe it to you, Anil.
Handle and see if I can get this all the way to you without GCA. If that doesn't work, I'll ask for additional GCA.
Okay.
Okay, we are back with you on comm, not on video yet, so we can't see where you're at. So, Sophie, if you're ready for your Net 6, just call them out. Otherwise, I'll talk you through what this tie-down is going to look like.
Translating, so I think we got some bandwidth here.
Okay, awesome. Sophie, as you go to translate down, we want you to be on the starboard side. This is where you're going to position yourself on your left shoulder as if you're laying on the trunnion pin. And then your right arm is going to be the one that's going to come up and grab the escant from Anil. The dish is going to be facing aft, so you want to get yourself in a good position. And Anil, when you get off, we're going to have you on the port side of that. So Sophie, I'm going to have you set up on the starboard side. So keep both long-duration tie-down tethers with you. Get on the starboard side on your left shoulder on the trunnion pin.
Copy, in work. So try to have a clever plan for tethering yourself. Yeah, I'm going to put this here.
The sun's going down when you're set for your visor.
Yeah.
Sweet Jessica, I have a feeling I'm going to be able to get this to Sophie without GCA.
Okay, we copy. Yeah, we see you kind of maneuvering it a little bit, and it won't be a big deal to give you that little bit extra if you need it, so don't hesitate to ask if you need it.
And Sophie, as you get set up in position, don't worry too much about the configuration of the long-duration tie-down tethers quite yet. Once Anil gets down there and we have both hands on him, we will work those. What you do probably want to grab is a RET from your mini workstation to be able to RET to the S-scan for handoff.
Copy. Hey, knuckle down.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 45 minutes into our spacewalk today. Just to recap where we're at, the spacewalk began at 7:29 a.m. Central Time, 8:29 a.m. Eastern Time. The objective was to remove a failed space-to-ground antenna from the location point at the Z1 truss on the International Space Station, the center of the truss structure. It began to exhibit degraded performance back in November of last year, and its swiveling or gimbling capability was reduced so significantly that we had to move to a backup antenna. They come in pairs. They reside side by side on the Z1 truss. The antenna in question has now been removed from its boom. That's SCANT number 2. SCANT number 1 remains an operational antenna to provide high data rate communications capability from the station to ground controllers throughout the world. The two spacewalkers today, Anil Menon of NASA and ESA's Sophie Adno, began the spacewalk working per the timeline, but ran into some difficulty loosening up bolts and electrical connectors along the way and fell behind on the timeline. So to try to create time efficiencies, the flight control team here, under the direction of Flight Director Chris Dobbins, elected to tie down, they call it a long-duration tie-down procedure, using a series of tethers to tie down the failed space-to-ground antenna to the truss on the International Space Station rather than spend the time to transport it all the way back to a flight support equipment stowage platform on the Port 3 truss of the complex.
The one by your left hand there.
With that in mind, we are continuing to press ahead with a plan to remove the spare space-to-ground antenna that does reside on a spare parts platform on the P3 truss and bring it over to the now empty boom on the Z1 truss, install it, and see how far we get in the timeline before we determine whether or not we can complete all of the work associated with the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna. Time will tell. We're at the 3-hour, 47-minute mark, with the flight control team continuing to press ahead with the current plan of tying down the failed space-to-ground antenna onto the truss of the station.
Use my legs as leverage. Not up on the triangle, but kind of sideways.
If you can stay there, I can get you this S-scan.
Yeah, but how am I mean, I'm not stable right there, so it's not going to work.
I agree. It looks a little tricky. That's why I was thinking if you can use that handrail by your left cheek.
Yeah.
To do a end effector, base tether, and then just BRT anywhere that will keep you stable.
Yeah, I need to BRT.
Yeah, and the other if you can't, it's kind of an awkward angle to get the BRT on 6051 sometimes, but your stability is really going to come with your left hand on 6051 and your right hand up toward the S-scan. You'll be able to get a good purchase on 6051 if you can kind of turn a little bit, and then you'll kind of have your hand on that handrail the whole time during handoff, and then hold it until Anil gets down to assist with the tethers. And again, with your right hand, though, you're going to want to have a RET in your hand to reach up to RET to it.
Yeah, the RET is already on it, so we're good. But I think we made a mistake of taking the metal segment on just to help stabilize. So I'm working on my VRT right now to be able to hold the position. Maybe this one.
Okay,
I
and you
try
don't have to be able to get into a perfect position. If you can, if Anil can hand off the S-scan and then reposition, even if he hands you a T-handle, you could hold a T-handle and just hold it stable with one hand on a handrail and your right hand on a T-handle until Anil gets in position to be able to, it might take all four hands to get it fully down in position.
Yeah, so this is what I'm...
Break, Sophie, can you double check to see if that ret that you've attached to the T-handle is locked or unlocked? I feel like it might be locked.
Oh, that's a good point. It just locked on against the structure. All right, so now I think I'm in a good position now. I have good hand on this trunnion thing. The ret is unlocked. And so I'm going to be able to use the T-handle here. Is that what we want, Scott?
Yeah,
like
there's the T-handle.
Yeah, wait a second. The red is... And then you come after right away. Is that correct?
And I am coming, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have control of it?
I have control.
I'm releasing my ret.
Copy.
Really nicely done on the handoff in good position, Sophie. If you're stable there, then we'll hand Anil the comms to talk to the crew inside and get in a position for egress.
Okay, Sophie, you have full control of this. Do you want me to help you move this a little bit? Or do you want to just keep it there?
Keep it there.
Okay, Jessica, how copy?
Got you loud and clear, Anil. This first motion is going to be body right. And can you verify that the antenna itself is clear enough from you for that?
I'm clear for body right, and I can gently touch the antenna to ensure it's clear.
Okay, copy. Okay, we're starting motion body right in 3, 2, 1.
Motion, and it's good motion, and I've got clearance from the antenna. Sophie, good job keeping it stable.
Yeah.
All right, Anil, now we're going to start that motion body in
Wait
in 3, 2, 1.
Stop 1 second.
Stopping motion.
Sophie, if I go body in, I'm going to hit this antenna. Are you able to bring it towards you?
Like this? I think it's the limit because otherwise I'm close to the trunnion pin right now.
Okay. Jessica, can we go body right 20 more centimeters?
Stand by. All right, Anil, we'll bring you body right 20 more centimeters. 3, 2, 1.
I see motion, good motion. It's going to give me clearances. Okay, Jessica, that's enough. We can go body forward.
I don't know. We can come in up to 1.5 meters. Do you have an estimate, or do you want to call the stop?
I will go 3, 2, 1 ramp out if I feel like we're close enough, so let's do the whole 1.5 meters. I think we might need it.
Okay, we copy. Starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
I've got clearances from the antenna. I got good clearances from the antenna, and I'm watching my crew lock bag as well. Ian, you clearing the antenna now?
I'm sorry, I cannot help with clearances.
It's okay, you're doing great.
Half a meter remaining.
See, my crew lock bag is clear of the antenna. Ramp out in 3, 2, 1, ramp out.
Okay, we've stopped motion.
Stop GCA. GCA complete.
All right, copy, GCA complete. So you ready for us to put brakes on so you can egress?
Ready for brakes on and egress.
Brakes are on, you go for egress.
Go for egress.
Okay, nice job. Sophie, nice job keeping the S-cant still. For Anil, you're going to be egressing and coming down the boom. As you come down the boom, a good position might be to go heads nadir and then go down handrail 2, which is the aft handrail, the long handrail. And then I'll talk you on to a good position when you get down there. But generally, you're going to stay port of the S-cant.
Said head nadir. You want me to go head nadir?
Yeah, I think as you move in position.
Did I copy that?
Yeah, I think as you move into position, obviously you decide, but as you move into position, if you go head nadir and come straight down the boom, the short handrails 3 and 4 where you're egressing, then you're going to go down handrail 2, which is on the aft side, and then we're going to walk you all the way down to Z1 into a position on the port side of the S-cant.
Stand by. The antenna is moving. Anil, are you still ready?
I am not ready. I think it's possible to head nadir. I put my crew lock bag into it.
Okay, but now it's just becoming like tougher to control. So just try to be as close as you can to the boom.
Yep, and Anil, if you need to reposition back and check what's coming in contact, you can also move over to the port side of the boom and try coming down on that side.
Oh, I see. I think it was your crew lock bag.
Yeah, I think it was the crew lock bag.
Okay.
I think I just have to go feet nadir to avoid it. And I'm repositioning a little more aft. Slowly.
All right, nice job on getting off the arm there,
I've
Neil.
got good eyes on everything.
And I see your feet coming down. If you put your feet just forward, you're going to be staring at handrail 6058. That's a good one to hold on to. 6051 to orient you, or sorry, 6050 is the one that's pointing direct aft. That's where one of the long-duration tie-down tethers are going to go. We're going to do this tie-down very deliberately. As you know, when we do these tie-downs, we don't know if it's going to be weeks, months, or years. And so the biggest thing is we need to make sure that this is in a safe config. So if you can both be very deliberate on where things are going and calling out any issues that you see. Also be aware that Anil's tether is in a very non-standard config, so not something that we're used to. Make sure that we're not tacking him down alongside the S-cant.
Right now I see your real Anil going on your right shoulder.
That's it, Sophie.
Okay.
And Anil, if you need to do a rich man's fair lead onto the boom, that might keep it clear of the S-cant, but your call.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or if you want to do a 4-man fair lead, you see on your left shoulder there is VH36, and then right.
I got it fixed right now.
Well, you are at yeah. So break, go for it.
All right, Anil, that's a good handrail to come down on.
Again.
Okay, so as you get into position, you're going to have a lot of room to just kind of keep your feet on the port side. Just take a double check of your crew lock bag, make sure that's not going to get in the way. I'll talk you through the tethers one by one, but big picture, we're going to have the dish is going to be facing aft. We're going to put one tether is going to go from Anil to Sophie wrapped around a handrail and back to Anil to clip, and then we're going to put a second long-duration tie-down tether down by the agate handrails. So for Anil, when you're ready to get into a position, I'm going to have you holding on to handrail 6050, which is the aft-facing handrail that's just over the lip to your right side.
In front of my eyes.
Okay, I see it. Going down there, I'm gonna...
Yeah.
I need to relocate my...
Yeah, and we need to have a plan for...
This is Mission Control Houston. We have now reached the 4-hour mark in today's spacewalk by Anil Menon and Sophie Adno. They are in the process of conducting what is called a long-duration tie-down of the failed space-to-ground antenna that was removed from its boom on the Z1 truss a short time ago. This will ensure that the failed antenna is in a safe configuration for some period of time until it can be dispositioned to be installed on a stowage platform on the Port 3 truss of the International Space Station. Meanwhile, flight controllers here under the direction of Chris Dobbins currently evaluating the time remaining in today's spacewalk in order to determine whether or not we address the spare space-to-ground antenna and whether time permits its installation into the now empty boom on the Z1 truss.
Over the edge is 6050.
Yeah, I got 6050.
Phenomenal. Right in front of you, there's a long-duration tie-down tether on Sophie's MWS. We need to grab one hook of either of those, and that hook is going to go to the wine glass stanchion on your side, Anil, of that 6050.
All right. So if I could give you some advice, no, take the one that is attached to the hook, like the one that is closest to the trunnion.
I'm going to take them. You want me to take this one?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly how their daisy changed, but if you end up with both, Anil, that's fine. You guys are going to be in the same place when you use the second one.
So he has one hook.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to put it on your right.
I'm going for that right now.
Yeah. Or the other thing you can do is release. We're going to end up using probably the max pull of this long-duration tie-down tether. So if you want to just right now undo that wire tie and release all the slack on that long-duration tie-down tether and then put the other hook on the port stanchion, that works too.
I'd rather give some leeway between Anil and I, just because with the antenna it's kind of tricky.
Okay, yep, however you guys like to do it.
Up.
All right, and I'm about 5 seconds away from having that long-duration tie-down tether. That wine glass extension on 6050 is on now.
All right, nice job. Now you can just kind of tend that out of the way, and the next thing you guys are going to work together to get the SGANT antenna faced aft. Take a good look at your tools and tethers and make sure that there's nothing in the way. And you're going to lay down that SGANT antenna, and then what's going to happen, we're going to hold it right against Z1, and Anil, the tether, the long-duration tie-down tether on your side, we're going to pass it over to Sophie, She's going to wrap it around 6051, and she's going to pass it back to you, and you're going to hook it back to that same stanchion or to itself.
I should start loosening it now so I could pass it to her then. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's a good plan, because then once I give you the antenna, then you're going to stabilize the antenna.
Okay, you should be able to pull that and it'll just come loose.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right.
But you need to put your resetter and effector and more port of this stanchion that, like,